So today I'm at the Napanee River right beside the falls. I don't remember what the falls name is. I'll probably put it down here below. But I didn't really forethink it out. It rained recently and we're in the spring thaw. So the amount of noise coming off of that waterfall is insane. And there's a total of one bird. Generally there's birds everywhere here, but right now there is one bird. And it's a seagull. So I'm going to go out and take a picture of this seagull with the Nikon D90, the Nikon Z6. I have my 300mm with the 1.7 adapter, which is giving me about 510mm at f5.6. It's a combination I use pretty much as my longest lens combination. And then later on in the video, I'm going to pop over and use the 24-70 with both cameras to give you an idea of what you can do with both and why the camera technology doesn't really matter as much as being able to take a good photo and knowing what to do, like aperture, ISO, all that good stuff. If you're out here during the day, oh no, don't fly away. Ah, crap. So today we're going to be taking some lovely telephoto photos of some water and some logs in the water and some rocks in the water. Oh, maybe he's coming back. And possibly a bird. Let's get out there. I'm just going to VO the rest of the video because the audio is not going to survive even with the best microphone in the world. Oh, wait, is that a duck? We might have a duck. All right, let's head out.
So I may have not mentioned this earlier in the video, but this is a blind test. So I'm going to give each camera a letter so that you can sort of look at the photos without knowing what they are. And near the end of the video, I'll let you know what each camera actually was. So the first one we have here is of the seagull. And I'm going to switch over here to a video from that same camera to give you an idea of sort of what you're able to achieve. Next I have camera B, and again we'll have a photo of that same seagull, and then I'm going to switch over to the video to give you another example. So now that I have you convinced of what A and B were, I'm going to throw in camera C just to make this a little bit more complicated, because I actually realized I had several cameras in my bags with me, so I just went and said I'm going to shoot with pretty much all of them. And as you can see here, with the video, our bird has now acquired a new friend. Alright, so that's the first sort of set of photos and videos, and at this point, take a pause, maybe go back, and try to guess which one is the Nikon D90, which is a digital SLR, which one is the A1000, which is a point-and-shoot camera, which I'm using right now, and which one is the Nikon Z6, which is sort of the big mirrorless camera. Also, while you're at it, consider giving the video a like, because we're going to go into the next section, which is more photos, and things are about to get a little crazy. On my way home, I saw this osprey, and while this comparison between the three cameras is not necessarily the best because he kept moving around, you can see him here in his nest, and then he flew over to a pole where he has taken his lunch with him. And then again with camera A, we've gone and taken another photo of him out on that pole, and it just gives you an idea of what you're looking at. So we shall continue. And the last photo I have for you today is of this lovely shot of a shoreline. Now, other than leveling it because I was shooting it handheld for some of the cameras, I've also added in 2 additional cameras for a total of 5. And while yes, all these cameras do have different capabilities and some might have a better look than others, the reality is that out of the camera in bright light, all these cameras do quite well, and if you wanted to, you could definitely go back and in Photoshop change the colors around to match them up, etc. None of these cameras take a bad picture when the sun's out, which begs the difference, what's the big advantage? And that obviously ends up being when there isn't as much sunlight as you'd see on a day like today, And yes, if you pixel peep, some of the cameras do a little bit better, but on a video or on your cell phone, it's probably going to be very difficult to tell the difference.
All right, so there's probably one camera on there that you didn't recognize, and that was this little guy here. This is the HP C618, and this is circa early 2000, I think 2001. And this is my first digital camera. Yeah, I still own it. It still actually works, and it takes decent photos. Now, of course, it's a giant chunky camera. It uses old CF cards and a bunch of other stuff, but I toss it into this comparison because at the end of the day, that's 20 years of technology, which also compares a point and shoot camera from 20 years ago with the point and shoot camera I'm using right now against a new mirrorless camera versus an old digital SLR and a iPhone, where I don't know, I put it somewhere. Here it is. And an iPhone, which is, last year's model, but, still pretty current. And this just gives you an idea of sort of where camera technology goes. And if you're traveling, if you're taking pictures at sunny vacations or pictures of your kids, any of these cameras will do the job. Now, obviously, the iPhone does a really good job at wide stuff. If you just have it in your pocket and you pull it out, take a photo, it does a good job. However, when you start talking about doing telephoto zoom, this does not do a very telephoto zoom. What does it do? Yeah. This is like your 24 to 70. It doesn't do telephoto zoom. The D90 does a good job, but obviously if there's any low light, it starts to fall apart. The Z6 and the A1000 are the two best competing ones. In fact, if I just showed you the A1000 and the Z6 side by side for video, you'd probably have a hard time telling the difference because they're both 4K. But this is not supposed to be a scientific, nitty-gritty, pixel peeping video. More along the lines of just to give you an idea that, the gear you have matters, but you can pretty much take pictures with any camera that you have. The main thing is it's about you and not shooting in auto mode, which I totally did for this entire thing. Ooh, if you want to see more gear reviews and stuff like this, maybe a little bit more low light stuff, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Until later.